The competition in the gaming market has increased a lot, especially in the past decade. A lot of games have surfaced that you can start playing totally for free. These types of games usually include things like microtransactions to keep them alive, but they aren't necessary purchases because in most scenarios they include things like cosmetics which do not affect the gameplay or give you an advantage. There are pay-to-win games too, which most of the time are free to start playing, but that decision from the developers is just so dumb that I'm going to skip on those completely. There are, however, good free-to-play games in the market that I want to talk about in today's video, so sit back and enjoy. For number 10 spot, let's start the list with a free-to-play online multiplayer FPS, Destiny 2. The game's developer is Bungie, who's mostly known for great games such as the Halo series, and Destiny 2 doesn't differentiate in terms of quality. It's a mix of the FPS genre that incorporates role-playing and MMO elements, and they balance out quite nicely together. Destiny 2 focuses heavily on player versus environment (PvE) as you explore different planets, moons, and do missions where you fight enemies along the way. There is also a leveling system within the game, and upon gaining resources, the player can upgrade his armor and weapons to do more damage and sustain longer in order to tackle on stronger enemies, thus creating the addictive gameplay loop of Destiny 2. The point that is, there are a lot of things to do in Destiny 2 and I'm trying to compress the information here instead of making a 20-minute review of the game, but nevertheless, it's a fun experience to try out overall.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? No hugs.
Next at number 9 spot, we have a game that is likely the least known game despite its recency from this whole list, called Genshin Impact. Developed by MiHoYo, Genshin Impact is an open-world action role-playing game that lets the player control one of 4 interchangeable characters in a party, and the graphics are just breathtaking. As an anime fan myself, I just love the cel-shaded art style of Genshin Impact, and thus visually it's been executed perfectly in my opinion. Gameplay-wise, you play as the traveler who explores the world of Teyvat, and before long you meet your companion Paimon, who helps you on your journey. The goal is to find your lost sibling who has become involved in the affairs of the world and its nations. You meet new characters along the way, and you can also obtain new items and characters with the in-game gacha system that includes a few different currencies you can obtain free in-game, but also pay money to get them instantly. Later on, there are some co-op missions and activities too, which add to the social experience. This game is currently available for PC, PS4, PS5, mobile, and a Switch version is planned to get released as well. All in all, if you like games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and like anime style visuals, I definitely can recommend this game to you. At number 8 spot, we have none other than the Blizzard's iconic card game, Hearthstone. It's a free-to-play online digital collectible card game that builds upon the existing lore of the Warcraft series with similar usage of elements, characters and relics. It's available for PC, Mac and mobile as well. The idea of Hearthstone is to build a 30-card deck and choose a hero with a unique power in order to battle against other opponents. A lot of new cards have been added as the game is over 6 years old at this point in time, so there is a lot of variety in terms of strategy and how you can execute different card combinations together. You'll earn new cards and other in-game prizes by winning matches and completing quests, but you can also spend money to get more cards, which can rapidly increase your chances to assemble a good deck. However, Blizzard's aggressive microtransaction strategy in its different games has been increasing in recent years, which is a minus in my opinion, due to the fact that they rather focus on things that makes them money instead of innovating new things, which they still do, yes, but not in the same way old Blizzard did over a decade ago before Activision joined the fray. Despite all of this, Hearthstone can still be a fun time, challenging other people and friends online, but just be aware of their money-making schemes. For number 7 spot, we have a platformer fighting game that is heavily inspired by the Super Smash Bros. Series called Brawlhalla. People who have heard of this game may refer to Brawlhalla as a poor man's Smash Bros. Because there are a lot of unique aspects in this game too. First of all, its combat system is much more fast-paced compared to Smash, and the character designs are unique as each playable character called Legends has 2 different weapons to use plus their melee abilities if they're not carrying any weaponry. Some Legends do share same weapons, but the combinations are always unique and they differentiate themselves with their signature abilities, so any of the characters you play do not feel like copy-paste with different visual appearance. As a free-to-play game, Brawlhalla is an enjoyable experience either alone or with friends, and it even has a competitive scene built around it for the hardcore fans out there, which is all a plus in my opinion. And it doesn't include any pay-to-win mechanics either. With money you can buy cosmetics like skins that do not give an advantage in any shape or form. I definitely give this game a try if you like the fighting game genre as a whole, or especially if you like the Super Smash Bros. Series. Moving to number 6 spot, I want to talk about an action role-playing third-person shooter developed by Digital Extremes called Warframe. This multiplayer online game was released across the year 2013, so it's one of the older games in this list, but still quite successful even to this day. You create your Tenno character, including a basic armor suit called a Warframe, which provides the player with special abilities, a weapon and a ship. The main objective of the game is for Warframes to complete missions available to them, and these can be completed alone or with up to 4 players in a PvE environment. That adds to the social experience as well. As the game progresses, the missions do get more complex, so the progression system is also there, and content-wise there's a lot of things to do, so you won't get bored after the first 5 hours of gameplay. All in all, if you're looking for an online action game spiced up with shooter, RPG and stealth elements, you can't really go wrong by trying out Warframe yourself.
Wake up.
At number 5 spot we have Riot Games' tactical shooter Valorant that was released on June 2nd, 2020. In a nutshell, this game is a sort of a hybrid between Overwatch and CSGO, as every agent in this game provides unique abilities to the table, akin to Overwatch, but the way you shoot in this game with the gun's recoil and everything has a close resemblance to Counter-Strike. Valorant is a competitive 5 vs 5 tactical FPS, where the defending side is trying to stop the attackers from planting the spike. The rounds can be ended by executing the opposing team as well, if the spike hasn't been planted yet in that round. There are some other modes too, such as Deathmatch, that adds to the variety. It's very similar to CSGO with its execution, but the different art style and abilities mixed together makes it unique in my opinion, and thus a strong competitor in the world of FPS games. The only negative I have for Valorant is that the skins are just overpriced in my opinion. They look awesome, yes, but the price to value ratio is just too high for most of the consumers out there.
Attackers win.
For number 4 spot, we have our first multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA in short, developed by Valve, Dota 2. It was released in 2013 and is still very popular to this very day, having one of the biggest competitive esports scenes in the world. The goal in each game is to destroy the opposing team's large structure called Ancient, while defending their own. You battle in a 5 vs 5 format where you have a lot of heroes to choose from, and there are a lot of in-depth tactics and gameplay styles you can execute in order to push your team to the victory. I personally do not have that much experience in Dota 2, so me trying to tell all the specifics to you could last for a long time, and there are a lot of other great content creators out there who specialize on this game and thus can explain all the specifics better than I ever could. With all that said, Dota 2 is still a very relevant MOBA today, and I can recommend this to anyone who is looking for some complexity within their gaming fix while potentially having fun with friends.
Hello, I'm Gabe Newell. You've just achieved First Blood. Thanks and have fun.
At number 3 spot, we have a battle royale game that you likely either love or hate, as I'm talking about the third-person shooter Fortnite made by Epic Games. It was a difficult choice to pick one battle royale game for this list, as there are a lot of good competitors in the free-to-play market such as Apex Legends and Spellbreak, but due to Fortnite's immense popularity I just had to choose this from the bunch. In Fortnite your goal is to be the last man standing amongst all others, consisting up to 100 players, as you can either play alone, in duo mode, or as a 3 or 4 player squad. Fortnite is also well known for its building mechanics, as you're able to gather resources around you in order to build structures and shelters to ensure your survival, which is a unique twist in this genre, but again one of those aspects that you either like in this game or not. There are also other modes, such as Save the World, where you cooperatively fight against zombie-like husks in order to survive, and Creative, a sandbox-like game mode similar to Minecraft, where you get a complete freedom to build and explore the world on your own. Overall, Fortnite can be a fun experience if these aspects are to your liking, but like I mentioned earlier, there are other good Battle Royale games that have their unique features as well.
Huh. I guess meat is murder. You're killing me, man.
Okay.
For number 2 spot, we have a legendary FPS game that used to cost money, but after the Danger Zone update in 2018, it became free to play as well. Of course, I'm referring to none other than Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I cannot think of a more iconic online shooter game than the Counter-Strike series, and its latest entry, CSGO, is still very popular to this day, with its great gunplay mechanics as well as a huge esports scene around it. CSGO is a very straightforward game, as you battle in 5 vs 5 format in different maps, as the objective is to either successfully eliminate the opposing team, or plant a bomb and detonate it as a terrorist group, or stop their plans in the opposing side, known as the counter-terrorists. There are also maps where the objective is to rescue hostages from terrorists, but they serve more as a niche mode due to the fact that bomb planting maps are way more popular overall. It's definitely a fun game, an amazing social opportunity to enjoy with friends, but as the skill level rises, you can also start to rage along the way if you have problems keeping your composure in more difficult situations. Boom! Headshot! CSGO also features collectibles such as skins that you mostly buy with your own money or can obtain via different chests that are also very popular. The thing I really like with CSGO skins is that you can resell them to other people in the community market or via third-party services, so they're not account bound once obtained. All things considered, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a great FPS experience to this very day, and I even made some videos from it years ago if you're interested to check out. We finally arrive at the number 1 spot, and anyone who's been watching my videos longer likely guessed that League of Legends just had to take the top spot in this list because the amount of hours I have invested in this MOBA and the many videos I did for my YouTube channel. It's also the oldest game in the whole top 10 free-to-play games list, released in October 27th, 2009, but is insanely popular even in the year 2020 and probably beyond that. Over the past decade, League of Legends has evolved so much that I even couldn't keep track of all the things changed, but as with all online games in general, they have included patches and new innovations over time to keep the game fresh and therefore players happy. Gameplay-wise, it's your typical 5 vs 5 MOBA, as the 5 players split into different lanes and jungle to keep their turrets and the heart of their base Nexus secure, while grinding money via killing minions, monsters and enemy champions in order to grow stronger. With all the gold you obtain, you buy new weapons, items and gadgets to power up and overcome the enemy to destroy their Nexus first before they destroy yours. There are also other modes included, such as All Random All Mid, where the 5 vs 5 action is happening on one lane but with faster pacing, as well as Teamfight Tactics that's considered as an auto chess mode where you compete against 7 other players by building a team to be the last one standing. If I examine every nook and cranny about this massive game in this segment, this video will last for another 10 minutes at least, so I'll give you my parting words now, saying that League of Legends is still a wonderful experience to play, even though my interest has waned during the last few years. And like with any free-to-play online game, there is always some toxicity along the way, so try to ignore the hate and focus on the positive aspects, so you can enjoy them to their fullest. Okay, so that concludes my top 10 free-to-play games list. Hope you enjoyed. Please like this video as it helps me to grow, and subscribe for more great gaming related top 10 videos to come. Your top 10 ideas and any sort of feedback are also welcome at the comment section below. Let me know your favorite free-to-play games in the comment section below, and if we receive a lot of entries, there could be potentially a sequel to this video at some point in the future. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching, my name is Hepodix and have a nice day.